Hey everyone, Tammy Melendez with Top Hat Realty Group, Tammy Melendez Home Team.
Billy Anderson with Tammy Melendez and Top Hat Realty.
And we've got another episode of Real Talk About Real Estate. Today I've got my roofer, Slade Stevens with Blue Line Roofing out here because I asked him to come on because recently I'm having a lot of sellers go through a roof replacement. We had that god-awful hailstorm. Our area was hit, our neighborhood was badly hit by that.
April 28th. 2021.
Yeah, it was insane. I felt like we were like sitting through a tornado. It was so loud. I'm having a lot of roof replacement issues right now. I guess not really issues, but my sellers are having their roofs replaced. And so it's brought about some things that I would like everybody to know. One, I had a couple of neighbors when that storm hit us. They had just replaced roofs. One roof was a year old, and my other neighbor, her roof was a month old. And that hail just completely obliterated both those roofs. And I remember them both saying, "We have new roofs, we're good." No. So, Slade, when you have a storm like that come through, why is it so important that they have a roofer come out, even if they feel like, well, we have a new roof, or doesn't look like anything bad?
Well, before we get started on that, when those storms come through, we have a lot of people coming out, all roofers. Why do they need to come with a professional?
Yeah.
Find a professional. Tell us a little bit about Blue Line and
you definitely want to get a good roofer that you can trust and that's honest. There's a lot of guys come out and get on your roof, and it doesn't matter. You could have zero hail damage, and they're going to tell you to call it in. Mm-hmm. And you don't want to have to get a new roof if you don't need it. If it's 10 years old and you're wanting a new roof, sometimes I get up there and it could, hail damage, it could go either way. It just depends on the adjuster that comes out that day. And I get up there, look at it, take a bunch of pictures, and I'll let the homeowner, I give them my recommendations, and then I'll let the homeowner decide at the end of the day.
You have these roofers that come out of these big storms, they storm chase you,
yep.
And they, oh my gosh, you need a new roof, blah, blah, blah. But it's so important to have a professional up there who's honest and
certified.
Right.
And certified.
Bonded and insured.
Yeah.
Obviously. Yeah.
Because warranties are important. You get the roof on there. One, you hope it's done properly.
Right.
And Slade and I were talking earlier, from a realtor perspective and home selling, the roof has to be insurable. So your buyer has to be able to get insurance on the roof. Otherwise, you can't sell your property. You have to have an insurable roof. So if it's done incorrectly, Slade, how many times have you seen? I was just thinking about this. The ones with where they put the roof right on top of the old roof.
Oh my gosh, that's terrible.
That is not an insurable roof, by the way.
You don't see that a lot. But.
No, but you can see they cut some corners, and I'm not going on the roof to double check them, so I'm hoping and praying it's done right.
Just had my roof redone, 3 layers in some places.
Oh
3
my
layers.
gosh.
Wow. Not 1 or 2, 3.
That is insane. So it's important to have somebody that's professional, knows what they're doing, and warranties the work too. Like if there's an issue, you want to make sure they're going to come back out and take care of it. So tell us a little bit about Blue Line.
I've worked for Blue Line for about 5 years now. The company's been in business about 6 or 7 now. Love what I do. I'm honest with everybody. I'm a firefighter in Dallas. I'm a homeowner, so I don't want anybody ever to have to come out of pocket and pay for a new roof out of pocket. If you have leaks here and there, try to fix the leaks and just wait for the next hailstorm on something like that. But if there is enough hail damage, from like this last storm, we highly recommend, if you have a storm like that, you get it checked out. Typically in Texas, you have 1 to 2 years to get it checked out. Every insurance company is different though. You need to, call your broker or your insurance guy or lady and find out. And you just have an honest roofer get up there and check it out, and let them know we'll let you know what we find, take a lot of pictures, and just kind of give you our thoughts on it and what we recommend.
I've called Slade out so many times, and honesty truly is what I appreciate. Not just on maybe a listing that I have, but maybe a buyer that's looking at purchasing a property, and the inspector, marked some damage. And Slade will tell you if it's a big deal or if it's not. So it's not like Slade gets up there every time he's like, oh my gosh, everything's a total replacement. But it goes back to one of the things that my sellers always ask me is, should I do a home inspection before we list? And I don't always think that a home inspection is necessary, but I do think having a roofer go on your roof is necessary, because Slade and I were talking earlier, some of the biggest deal killers for us in our industry is roof and foundation.
Yeah.
Those are, because they're costly. So if you can prevent that ahead of time and just have it looked at, peace of mind, or have those necessary repairs, like Slade said, there's may not be a total,
Right.
but it might need some new shingles, or the gutters might be a little janky. It's wear and tear
Right.
on the home. So segueing into that, what are some things as a homeowner that we can do to keep the life of our roof? 30-year roofs crack me up, y'all. In Texas, have you ever seen a roof go 30 years in Texas?
You can, but not very often.
We have the wind, we have the rain, we have the hail. Our roofs get beat to hell. So constantly staying on top of the roof. But for instance, tree limbs, what would you suggest? Trees.
Right. Don't let your tree rub on your roof. Just pay somebody because it's going to cost you later down the road. Doing damage to your shingles.
So for people that that have roofs that are starting to get up there in age, but not necessarily have they experienced any major storms, what do you suggest to those people as far as maintenance goes?
I would suggest still getting a roofer out there and just check it out. At the very least, like I said, it's free for us to get up there, take a bunch of pictures. If you don't have any damage, we let you know. And next hailstorm, you get a big one, call us out. And with roofs, over time, obviously granular loss from the weather, the sun, insurance typically doesn't pay for just wear and tear. So most of the time to get a new roof bought, you're going to have enough hail damage. And when I say enough, they like to see usually 8 to 10 or 8 to 12 hits per square. That's per 10 by 10 square foot.
Oh, wow. And we had that last year for sure.
And it depends on, each insurance company is different. Each adjuster is different. Some are more lenient than others. Some are really strict. It just, like I said, sometimes we get up there and it's hammered and we say, I'd call it in, and sometimes there's no damage, or sometimes it's iffy, and it could get bought, maybe not. That's when I tell you, hey, this is what it looks like, and I'll leave it up to you as a homeowner to do that. I don't pressure you. We shouldn't get pressured to do anything.
No, not at all. Not at all.
So,
yeah, and that's where that honesty and integrity comes into play.
As far as, selling your house, like we talked about earlier, I always highly recommend, before you go to sell your house, have a roofer look at it, because that's one of the biggest issues on the inspection report, and having to negotiate.
It's always the roof.
It's always the roof, and if you have enough damage, and and you can get a new roof, I'd highly suggest paying your deductible, getting a new roof on it, because it's going to help you sell your house tremendously.
So, and if you're in one of those areas that were hit by storms, we've had a lot of bad weather here in Texas the last couple of years. So if you're in one of those areas and you think you've been scooting by and you've been okay, seriously, I've had 2 listings in the last 2 weeks that we thought everything was great, because they weren't actively seeing any leaks or they didn't see any shingles gone. Roofs are totaled, roof replacements. So we're starting to come up, like Slade said, some insurance companies require that you do that. You have that window, a year or 2. So if you're coming up on that, get a roofer out there. You'd rather have insurance pay for it,
right,
because roofs are not cheap. So definitely start thinking about having Slade come out there. And then on the funner side of things, Slade, I'm seeing variety. People are getting different color roofs, and I even got Slade put a black roof on us so we've got options right now.
You do. Options on roof colors. I mean, you're limited on roof colors, but you do have choices. You don't just have to go back with what, and there's certain brands, we use CertainTeed brand. We really love that brand. Very good warranty. Customer service is awesome. And not, GAF or Owens Corning, these different brands, they're not bad. We just prefer CertainTeed, for us. And, as far as gutters too, gutters, you have options of colors. They come in whatever
We
colors.
did have a lot of, that was a tough decision.
You can change your whole look on your house.
Yeah. All right, Slade, how does one get a hold of you? Do they call you on your cell phone?
Call me on my cell phone at 817-542-4544 any time of the day.
Yeah, and you're pretty good at responding quickly too, so.
Blue Line Roofing.
Yep. Thank ya.